What's up, friends, and welcome in to Fantasy Pros. It is the Fantasy Pros Football Podcast. I'm Chris Welsh. That is Pat Fitzmaurice, and we're usually not here for the show. Or maybe you are, Pat. Are you usually on this show? Did they get
No, we're both ringers, Welsh.
We are. We're the fill-in guys, the holiday fill-in guys. Now, we got Joey P out, so it is Fitzy and I getting all your championship week questions in. I know you guys got a lot of them. There's a lot of we're getting into the weird state too, Fitzy, and we'll probably hit one of these of teams are starting to get into a spot where they can start sitting and resting some of their starters. Maybe halves are going to happen. I mean, in that Packer game, it was like they got up so quick and it just like the offenses start to kind of taper down. So I think people are starting to make some of those part of their questions. So big championship week, 17 questions out there, and we are here to just answer all of those start and sit. We have got the chat in the queue. We've got some questions queued up. If you want a guaranteed response of a question, you can hit the super chat. Super chats, probably guaranteed a little bit beyond the first 10 minutes, but you can super chat a question. It goes to the top of the queue. We instantly answer it, or, unless there's a bunch in here, but feel free to just load up the queue with whatever your questions are. We'll probably be bouncing between any super chats that are out there and just everything that is going on. Fitzy, championship week looking okay for you. We do the dwindle down process of whatever teams are left. You and I are battling it out in our pentathlon league as well. Between one of us is going to be first, second, or third through this whole bad boy. But how's championship week looking for you?
So far, so good. Not a lot of blood drawn in the Saturday games. I know I was going up against the Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers combination in one league, so that was terrifying. But luckily, the Texans didn't put up much of a fight, so that was not nearly as bad as it could have been. Man, if the Texans had kept pace and Lamar kept having to throw and do his thing, like he might have put up 50 in that game. He was just so dialed in. I'm really lucky they crushed the Texans in that game.
And I hit a couple things I needed to hit in that game too. And that's what kind of leads into this coming week. I know, there's some Josh Allen type of questions. The Lions, Dan Campbell had to kind of talk about it early in the week. Like, well, if this team loses here and this and that, would you, and he's just like, no, we're playing this game out. We're rolling this game because there's some home field stuff. So, that's why week 18. That's why we don't play into week 18, because then things are settled. There's a team or two, obviously, that might be playing for something, but there are super things set here. But we will be answering all of those. So it looks like, by the way, I don't know, I might want to check it at Seth. Someone's saying there is no super chat option in the chat right now. So that might be part of the problem as well. You guys might want to check on it on the back end. But Fitzy, ready to get this started here? I know some people probably want to assure their questions. So let's see if we can see what that option is. But otherwise, let's get to it. If you are ready with a Thursday question, Fitzy, Charbonnet or BTJ in the flex?
Oh, man. I like BTJ here, Welsh. I mean, he has just been so terrific. No slowdown whatsoever with Mac Jones at quarterback. And, Charbonnet, good matchup against the Bears. Their run defense has not been very good this year. But I know Charbonnet is not fully healthy, dealing with an oblique issue and maybe an elbow issue too. I want to say, yes, enhanced outlook for him with Kenneth Walker, the third out. But I think I would still rather go with BTJ, who's just been phenomenal week in, week out.
I love BTJ, and he is ranked, I believe, 9 this week. It's a little hard for me to sit Charbonnet in this situation, but I can't sit BTJ either. So I'm 100% with you. BTJ is a lock. We had a question come up about, we were just doing one of the Discord shows, fantasypros.com/chat, and it was like, someone was like, AJ Brown, BTJ, T Higgins, DJ Moore, and we were like, buddy, you got 3 of the top 10 wide receivers, and BTJ is rocking that. So, you're in a good spot there. All right. Anthony says, pick 2 for my championship win. Jauan, Jennings, DJ Moore, Jalen McMillan, Devontae Smith, Adam Thielen.
Oh, man. So I'm going against the grain here. Well, DJ Moore for sure. I would want to play. And then I actually have Thielen ranked ahead of Jauan Jennings this week, Welsh. And I know Jennings has had some really good games this week, but I think he's been below 60 yards in 4 of his last 5 games. And I'm not loving the trajectory of the San Francisco offense now that they've been eliminated. The passing game has not looked great. I know Purdy got 300 yards because garbage time kind of took him there last week against Miami. But like, no Trent Williams at left tackle for the 49ers. I worry about this setup. Welsh, not loving Jennings. I feel better about Thielen going against the Buccaneers, who've had trouble covering receivers all year.
So what were your two that you picked? You went Thielen and who?
DJ Moore.
I don't know, man. Like, I know what the fear is with Jauan Jennings, but I think there's going to be a massive amount of points scored. So I'm probably going to answer this DJ Moore, Jauan Jennings, but you guys know me with how that goes. But I think Thielen is like a really great alternative there. So I think we're both kind of in that same spot. So just an FYI. Oh, yeah, there we go. It looks like super chats are fixed. So shout out to our boys that got that fixed. Again, just if you guys want them, we are going to be going between, but super chats are back. So now I will tell you, for next 10 minutes or so, we're guaranteeing they'll be answered. I'll bet you they'll be answered throughout the rest. So feel free, drop your super chats. They'll be guaranteed, but we also got a queue of everybody in here, so don't feel like you have to. But let's start with the first one. Brian dropping a big one. It is the ship, full PPR, starting JD, Chase, Henry, Colts D, set the rest. So we're setting a big one here. 2 wideouts, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 flex. We've got Chuba, Connor, Charbonnet, Dobbins, Spears for at least our 2 running backs. We got to go Chuba and Charbonnet here. I don't know about Connor. I don't know about Dobbins, and I don't know about Spears here. So let's lock in Chuba and Charbonnet. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Our 2, we only have 1 running back. So actually let's go to wideouts then. JSN, McLaurin, Thielen, MHJ. We got to start JSN, McLaurin. So those are our 2 wideouts.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking Chuba and Charbonnet are our running back and flex.
I'm with you.
We're with it. All right. Now Crafter, Chig.
Oh man, this is really hard. So I think I have Kraft ranked 1 spot of Okonkwo, but I consider that a coin flip. I mean, Chig has 17 catches over his last 2 games and 140 yards. And like, he has become sort of the go-to receiver for Mason Rudolph. I would have no issues starting Chig over Kraft. I do think you get better touchdown odds with Kraft, who is Jordan Love's favorite red zone target.
Yeah. No, I think if Watson misses the game, I like Kraft even a little bit more. His touchdown equity, I think it speaks for itself. I think there's going to be a ton of points in that game as well. I love it. But Chig is getting a bunch of targets. So if you felt better and you maybe needed a floor and it's like full PPR, Chig could go. I'm going to go with Kraft because I think Kraft is set for anywhere between 3 and 5 catches, much higher touchdown equity. And then if Watson is out, he might even get a little bit more. So I think we're kind of in the same spaces.
Yeah. And I apologize. I didn't see if he said full PPR or half, but if
I didn't either. I don't think he did.
If it was full, I might actually pivot to Chig. It's that close for me.
Yeah, it is super close. Adrian, thanks guys for getting me here to championship week. You're welcome. Half PPR, 2 wide receiver, Puka, Nabers, Jennings, Thielen, McMillan for our wideouts. We got to go Puka, Nabers.
Right? Yes. I mean, and Nabers, well, yeah, I mean, I'm playing Nabers if he plays. Nabers himself has said he is a game day decision. But then, if he doesn't go, I guess it's down to the same thing where Welsh and I are kind of, on opposite sides of the Jennings Thielen debates. But I agree. We're Puka's a must and Nabers would be our second choice.
One of the things too, Nabers in watching the incentive game out there, he is, I believe, 4 or 5 receptions behind Bowers for the record. And those 2 might go back and forth. And Drew Lock just throws him the ball a million times. But if he's banged up, that could put a question in there. 2 running backs, Gibbs, Chuba, Sharbs, and Spears. I'm going to go Gibbs and Chuba here.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
And then defense, Raiders, Chargers, Lions.
I've got the Raiders ranked 3rd this week. And they have been a terrible fantasy defense, and they don't have Max Crosby. But we saw that New Orleans Saints offense against the Packers on Monday, and it was horrendous. It was a train wreck. So I want to take advantage of Spencer Rattler at quarterback and play whatever defense is going against Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I'll roll with what you're saying. James, big old super chat, full PPR, start 1, Knicks, Herbert, or Richardson. By the way, Richardson flying up boards this week for people. He's currently quarterback 8 on the FantasyPros consensus ranks. I don't love it. I mean, I love the matchup, but I know the rushing upside and equity is so great with him. Dude threw 11 times last week. Like I have a struggle with this one, especially for him to be so dominant in here. But what say you? I say all of that. Richardson is 8. Nix is 9 and Herbert is 15 on the consensus ranks.
And I believe I have Richardson 8 and Nix 9. James, I would tell you, if you are an underdog, you should start Anthony Richardson.
That's a good point.
And if you're a favorite, you should start Bo Nix. And if it's close, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, you know, the risk reward proposition with Anthony Richardson. How do you feel about that? Do you want to like leave it up to the rest of your lineup, or do you want to go with the quarterback who could pretty much win or lose you your game single-handedly? So, I mean, it's a pretty tough call if you're like even money against your opponent.
I kind of lean Nix overall, but like it's a good point. It's a bad defense. Richardson's rushing upside is huge, and I think the scenarios are how you play it. Start 2 in the flex. Higgins, London, Ford, Jauan, Jennings. It's going to be Higgins and London. Pretty easy, right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Running backs are Brian Robinson, Jonathan Taylor. Wide receivers are Collins and Chase. Rain with quarterback as an issue. Rich. Okay, so those are just your other stuff there. But I think we got you covered there, James. Appreciate that big old super chat. David, full PPR. Dobbins is questionable. Walker's out. No Sharbs. Kendre Miller, Ray Davis, Trey Benson as a desperation here. What are the thoughts? Kendre Miller is an easy play as a desperation because he's the starter. I don't expect Kamara to play. I don't know about, they're starting Michael Carter in Arizona, so I don't feel great about Trey Benson, and Ray Davis is just kind of a situational player. So Kendre Miller to me is the easy out here if you need one.
Yep. Totally agree.
All right, look at that. We're rocking here. Get rid of that. Michael, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry post-Christmas. Down by 30, half PPR Superflex, 2 quarterbacks, Daniels, Tua, Love, or Caleb. So let's stop there. Daniels and then who?
Someone was going against Lamar, I guess. I'm going with Jaden Daniels and Love. And
Same.
Look, Welsh, I've been below consensus on Jordan Love for weeks, because the Packers have been so run heavy lately. I don't think they can be run heavy against Minnesota. The Vikings are good against the run, and it's a little, I'm not going to say it's easy to pass against them, but like quarterbacks and wide receivers do score fantasy points on the Vikings. I think the matchup dictates Love as your QB2 here.
I 100% agree. It's funny because the matchup rating is like 2 against Minnesota. It's Minnesota's great schemes, but you can pass against them. They've given up like the most passing yards of the last month overall. So I love is down at 14 in the consensus ranks. I just don't really understand it. He's above Tua and he's above Caleb in here. And I just think he's higher. I like Love over Anthony Richardson this week. And Erickson and I both agree on that.
It's recency bias, and it's because, Love
Sure.
was playing in a ridiculously run-heavy game script last week against the Saints, and, the passes he threw were screens, basically.
Yeah, exactly. 2 running backs, Bucky, Sharbs, Ford, Spears. That's Bucky and Sharbs. Pretty easy I think.
Yes.
If CD out, flex DJ, Ford, Thielen.
I don't know if that's DJ Moore, so half PPR.
Let's go with DJ Moore.
Yeah, I mean, Moore. How do you feel about DJ Moore versus Ford? It would come down to those two.
I like Ford a decent amount, but I would go with DJ Moore.
I think I would too.
Yeah. Right. And then defense, Chargers, Raiders, Bills, or Seahawks.
Again, I've got the Raiders third. The only teams I've ranked ahead of the Raiders are the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins are ranked 2 on that list. So I'm covered. Seahawks are ranked 5th on the board. Raiders are ranked 7th if you want to roll with that. So, all right, let's roll back up to the top. Let's get a couple of these. Never had it. We made it. Woo! Thanks, guys, for all your welcome. PPR need 1, Devonta Smith, Brian Robinson Jr., or McMillan.
I'm going with Brian Robinson Jr. here, especially with Jalen Hurts' status in jeopardy. I mean, when Hurts was out last week, Kenny Pickett just locked on to A.J. Brown. Like, he didn't even look at Devonta Smith for most of that game. There might have been like 1 target, 2 targets for Devonta. Like, I'd roll with Robinson here.
I'm agreeing with you. Chig or Henry? Let's go Chig.
I have Chig ranked 1 spot higher. Yep.
I think I haven't even looked at what the bets are going to be, but I'm going to be taking a look and monitoring the Chig receptions and yards, and that might be something you guys want to do, and you can get extra analysis for free for a month. You go and check out BP, the Betting Pros. Download the Betting Pros app. You can get a free trial of Betting Pros Premium for 1 month using promo code FPFree. You can get the cover percentage, the EVs, the analysis of they've been hit over this. One of my favorite tools that they have too is you can get like-minded players that defenses have given up when you're looking at, let's say, Chig. You can say, what has this defense given up to like-minded tight ends? There's a bunch of great stuff, and you can use all those tools for free. Plus, you can follow Fitzy, myself, Erickson, Debro, the whole crew, and a bunch of others with an awesome platform that has got this great profile where you can not only track your actual bets, but you can test out and you can use some quick picks that are not locked into your books if you just want to test it and play around. But go and check it out today. Betting Pros, iOS, Android, promo code FPFree. All right, let's get back to it. Let's do this one. Charbonnet or Hubbard? I think we both said Hubbard.
Chuba, yeah.
Yeah, Chuba. How about this one right here? Charbonnet or Hall?
This is Breece Hall for me. I've got Hall 13th. Rodgers not fully healthy. Like, I think they might lean on the running backs a little more this week.
I'm a little worried the Jets have packed it in.
Fair.
Little worried.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it is a close call. I've got them 2 spots apart, but I do have Hall ranked higher. Yeah, I'm just kind of worried about the health thing with Charbonnet, that he's not fully healthy. Maybe we see a little bit more of their third stringer. Is that DJ? Wait, no.
I was like, who the hell is it?
Yeah, is it Travis Homer? I think.
Is he back?
No, or is it
it should be a game.
Like McIntosh? Kenny McIntosh?
That's a fake name. We should just have like a bucket and it's just like a bunch of players. And it's like, is this the Seahawks running back? Yay or nay? We just start naming them. Thomas Clayton? No? Maybe?
No.
So are you looking? Now you're looking though. All right. Well, let's answer another one while you're looking. James was back. He said, I totally forgot full PPR. He has Isaac Guerendo as well. So running backs, who should I start? JT, B-Rob, Guerendo, and Jerome Ford. JT's a must. So now this is Guerendo versus Brian Robinson. Full PPR.
Yeah, so I still have Brian Robinson ranked highest.
I have him slightly. I'm worried that maybe he's not feeling as good. Like Guerendo is maybe not as good, and they run. I mean, Debo worked pretty well out of the backfield, and they may be running a little bit more of that. But I would go with Brian Robinson. I feel a little too squirrely about Guerendo, especially it's a Monday night game, and then questions are going to be a little bit worse. Yeah, by the way, Seth confirmed it was the McIntosh.
Kenny McIntosh. All right. See, I didn't just make up that name, Welsh.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't know. There's also there's this catcher who just got traded named McIntosh, but that's my baseball brain. Jacob's in here in a little bit of a pickle here. I got both Pollard and Spears, and I have to start one. Who do you like? So we just have to pick. Well, it's Pollard. I'm going to start Pollard.
If they both play, I think you do have to start Pollard, even though they have sort of increased the Spears usage, and it's more like what Callahan was telling us early in the season when he promised it was going to be kind of a split backfield, and then it was just the Tony Pollard show most of the season. But yeah, Spears increased usage, but I still think you have to play Pollard over Spears.
In the flex, Keenan Allen, Jalen McMillan, or Adam Thielen. This is full PPR.
Yeah, I have Thielen ranked just ahead of Keenan Allen. That's really close. I've got Thielen ranked wide receiver 27, Keenan Allen ranked wide receiver 28. Basically a coin flip with those two.
I think I like Keenan Allen a little bit more for tonight's game. Just massive amounts of targets. He's the number one target guy, playing unders on the running back side. He is ranked 27. Just want to throw out here. Keenan Allen is. Thielen is 32 on the overall consensus ranks. So
yeah, generally
we're on opposite ends.
Generally, Welsh, the way Keenan Allen has played lately, I would agree with you. But I believe the Seahawks have been having Devon Witherspoon cover the slot more often than not lately, and he is their best cornerback. So kind of a tricky individual matchup for Keenan.
Our boy Dev. Hi guys, Merry Christmas. Full PPR start 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. Chase Brown, Achane, Charbonnet, Ford, JMO, McLaurin, BTJ, and Thielen. Okie doke. So 2 running backs. Let's start there. Chase Brown and Achane. Set it and forget it. 2 wide receivers, McLaurin and BTJ. Set it and forget it. Now a flex. You have Charbonnet, Ford, JMO, Thielen.
I think we're probably going Charbonnet here, right, Welsh?
Yep. I'm going to Charbonnet. If there's some late thing that changes, I actually might lean JMO. I love JMO this week against the Niners, but Charbonnet is my play.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I mean, Charbonnet, we know, is getting 15 plus touches with Kenneth Walker out, most likely. And J-Mo has got that boomer bust profile. Like, he could get you 35 yards is the problem.
Yeah, could also give you 135 with 2 touchdowns
True.
against the Niners. All
Yes.
overs, baby. Henry, Metcalf, Keenan Allen, half PPR.
I'm going Keenan Allen here. I mean, Metcalf just has not been as involved as we'd like to see.
Yeah, only caveat I'd throw out to you is if you are worried that Charbonnet is not healthy and they're not going to run as much and they're going to throw more, that does benefit DK Metcalf. But I love Keenan Allen, just like his floor right now. Caleb is just, sling. Boom, boom, boom. He's not even looking, just throwing it behind him. It's like Madden when you run 30 yards back and then you throw it and just throws it back. Like that's what Caleb is doing, and it just finds its way to Keenan Allen. So there you go. Maker Bayfield. Bros, thanks for all the help this season. You're absolutely welcome. Down 15 points after the Nico dud. So full PPR, flex 2, DJ, we're going to assume is DJ Moore, Ladd, Chuba, Hill. So that's Tyreek Hill, Chuba, Ladd, DJ Moore. We have to flex 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's Chuba and Hill for me. Welsh, what about you?
Yeah, I hate not putting Ladd in that because I think there's a world where Ladd is more valuable than Hill right now, especially in a full PPR for what he's going to get in receptions and how inconsistent Tyreek is. But I can't sit Tyreek Hill in this situation. So,
especially with Waddle trending towards being out again with his knee injury. So,
yeah. And then I think we've hit this home, but Raiders, you love Raiders. Raiders, Seahawks defense. Seahawks rank higher. Fitzy loves the defense for the Raiders. 1 RB, 1 flex, Ford, Spears, Madison, Jeudy, and Dobbs. What do you think?
I think I'm playing the first 2. Ford is my running back, and I would play Spears because even if Pollard plays, I think Spears has value with the role he has been playing. I just don't trust that Vegas backfield. I don't want to play Jerry Jeudy with Dorian Thompson-Robinson and, Romeo Doubs. It's always such a crapshoot about how targets are going to be dispersed in the Green Bay passing game.
So wait, I'm sorry. Who is it? Who are the 2?
I'm going with Ford and Spears, Welsh.
Oh yeah, no, okay. If Winston were to play, it would be Jeudy. I think I'm going to go Dobbs if Watson doesn't play, because I think Watson is just like a red zone target, big red zone target. You take Watson out of there, that kind of kills a little bit more of their rotation. So I'm going to go with Ford and Dobbs. If Winston were to be playing, but I know he's not, DTR is playing, I would have gone with Jeudy in that instance.
The thing is, they were talking, I mean, I believe they've said DTR is going to start, but if he didn't start, they've been talking about Bailey Zappi as the alternative, not Jameis Winston. They're not serious about winning games, clearly.
No, they are definitely
not. They don't want to win.
Turtles be turtle. That name's great. Bros, made the ship thanks to your advice in 2 of the 3 leagues. 6-point quarterback Superflex, Tua or Richardson?
Go with Richardson. Yeah. Got it.
We're good with that. Geno, Rudolph. I guess we're also options. Richardson may be out. Geno plays today. What? I'm not sure what you're asking.
I haven't heard anything about Richardson being out.
Yeah, or maybe he's saying Tua and Richardson are the 2 starters. Would you put Geno or Rudolph in? No, Tua and Richardson are the quarterbacks I'm playing.
Same.
I don't know anything else. So
Same.
hopefully we answered that correctly here. I will say we're probably in the territory, just for everybody, where we cannot guarantee we can get to your super chats. I will get us into lightning round here shortly. I'm not intimidated by the queue or anything like that, but if you drop any, as of right now, not guaranteed. So buyer beware if you do decide to drop a super chat in here. All right. Merry Christmas, bros. I made it to the championship in both of my leagues. Awesome. Pick 1 wide receiver, T. Higgins or McConkey.
I'm going with, I have T. Higgins, wide receiver 11, McConkey, wide receiver 16.
Yeah, I want to say McConkey, but Higgins. Now we're picking 1 wide receiver of Jennings or McMillan. I'm saying Jennings. Okay. And then pick 1 flex, Ford or Spears.
I think Ford, right?
Okay. And then pick 1 kicker, Bass or Bates.
Bates is my top ranked kicker this week.
Yeah. By the way, Seth just dropped. I guess Richardson is dealing with a back injury, and according to Are They Playing, did not practice today. 37% chance to play, according to Are They Playing.
Ooh, okay.
I don't buy that.
All right.
I think he'll be
so. Back to that one. It was Geno versus Mason Rudolph. I have Mason Rudolph ranked higher.
Okay, so I think that's a good thing then, because like, are you really going to sit Richardson right now, not knowing it to put Geno in off of tonight? I'm not doing that. But if you like Rudolph more, then that's a good backup plan if Richardson doesn't play. So maybe that can make you feel better.
I would say do not use Geno tonight. Correct.
Okay. The Murison family, half PPR start, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. And then we have another defensive question. Keenan Allen, DK, McMillan, and Ford. So we got to start 2.
Half PPR. I guess I'm going with Ford and Keenan Allen. I think I have
Agreed.
Keenan Allen ranked just ahead of DK. Yeah, you
Miami,
agree?
Chargers, or Colts?
Miami. I want to attack the Cleveland quarterback situation. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the Colts. The Colts are my number 1 ranked defense. Cleveland right behind them, number 2. Drew Lock. I mean, 2 pick sixes last week. Drew Lock is a fantasy defense's best friend.
All right, let's go to, y'all know, Gibbs, Hubbard. There's not a question. There's just a bunch of running backs. Okay, let's just rank them since they didn't ask a question, because maybe that's what they're asking. I think it's that rank. I actually think it's that right there. Gibbs, Hubbard, Bucky, Charbonnet.
Yeah, I mean, the only close one is I have Hubbard, running back 10, Bucky, running back 11.
Yeah, I think that is
Agreed.
the tough one as well. Jared, non-PPR, pick 2. Odunze, Dobbins, Spears, Jerome, Ford. And then we'll stop there and we'll do the quarterback question after.
Yeah, Ford would be my number 1. Dobbins if he plays, otherwise Spears.
So Ford, Dobbins, yes, I will agree with you on that. Dunze and Spears, I think is kind of close. You're higher on Spears than I am. Geno or Kyler?
Oh man, this is uncomfortable. I mean, it's Kyler, but the Cardinals have just put their starting offensive tackles, both of them, Jonah Williams and Paris Johnson, on injured reserve. Like that's worrisome. So I'm still going Kyler, but it's kind of a close call.
Alrighty, Fitzy, internet's struggling a little bit, so pick back up here just for everybody that we know that. Norland, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Sutton, Breece, Jennings, McMillan. That's a Sutton and Breece one. Pretty easy, right?
Yep.
Easy stuff. Danny, pick 2. Man, there's a million Jennings questions this week. Jennings, Nabers, Chuba in run stopping Tampa Bay. Nabers and Chuba, pretty easy for me.
Yes.
Okay, easy stuff. James, thanks for the help this year. We're in the finals, need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. We got Barkley, Chase Brown. You do not need to ask us questions that have Barkley. Those are your 2 starters. You got Sharps, Bucky, AJ Brown, Evans, McConkey, JSN. So we'll answer it, but like the easy ones, you're needing to ask us your flex here, not your starters, because AJ Brown and Evans are your starters. Barkley and Brown, boom. Your flex is between Bucky, Sharps, McConkey, and JSN, and the answer is Bucky, right?
Yep. Okay. 100%.
Okay. Sometimes you guys can answer. I mean, ask your question how you want, but you can ease it out for us a little bit. Full PPR, pick 1, Jennings, Shakir, Ford, or Devontae Smith.
I'm going with Ford. I mean, like,
Ford.
I know some people, well, you know how I feel about Jennings. Well, I was just generally worried about the 49ers offense. And Shakir, man, the Bills rotated 4 receivers last week, and they all played about the same number of snaps and ran about the same number of routes. I don't like a 4 receiver rotation and what that does for like Khalil Shakir, Amari Cooper. I don't like that they feel obligated to keep Mac Hollins in the mix, even with Keon Coleman back. So I'm going with Ford here.
Okay, I'm totally down with that one as well. Another update we had too, by the way, by our boy Seth, which maybe pushes against me, and this is why we don't have the Welsh injury tool. We have the Are They Playing tool. Also, Richardson did not practice today. And if you guys want to go and check it out, as Seth pointed out to us, check out the Are They Playing tool. Anthony Richardson, 37% chance to play going into today, and he did not practice. That doesn't work well. Now, it doesn't mean it's the be-all, end-all, because if there's any time that injuries can be misleading, it is this time of year with lots of rest. But also, it's the most critical time. So get ahead of all of those injuries by using Are They Playing? AI and years of injury data has created this incredible modeled tool. And guess what? It's completely free to you. FantasyPros.com/Are They Playing? That's it. That's all you got to do. FantasyPros.com/Are They Playing? Go and peruse through, because we had Wednesday, we got Thursday. Isn't there Saturday game? We got Saturday game, Sunday. There's a million games going on, and they're spread out throughout the week. So don't get yourself caught, like we were talking about earlier, with if Anthony Richardson doesn't play, you might have to make a decision for tonight with the Geno Smith. So make it easier on yourself. Are They Playing? FantasyPros.com/Are They Playing? Alrighty, let's get into it. We are closing in on a lightning round mode, but we still have a little bit more time, about 5 minutes in, and then we're going to start going quicker with questions so we can get lots more from you guys here. Let's go to error. Rank my PPR substitutes if Nabers is out. We have Vidal, only if there's no Dobbins, Spears again, and Garendo. So I see what they're doing. They're saying like Spears with or without, and then Garendo in here. Without Pollard, I'm going to just jump in. I think Spears is number 1 without Pollard. I think Garendo is number 2. Spears with Pollard is number 3, and Vidal is not an option for me.
You wouldn't Vidal, because they've declared Gus Edwards out. So if Dobbins is out, it would be the Kamani Vidal show. I'd actually put him number 2. I'd rather have Kamani Vidal with rather than Spears splitting the backfield with Pollard, I believe, or Garendo personally.
I didn't even see the Gus Edwards out. I guess I would move. I'd move him 3. I'm not going to move him over a healthy Garendo, which looks like he's trending in that direction. I'm still not going to move him regardless, because I don't think they're going to give Vidal a full workload. That does change it a tiny bit. Check the
article. I get it. I mean, maybe that means more Hassan Haskins. So,
but okay, so that does change this though, because the Spears without Pollard is very subjective. So if we're going to number 1 because of that, you are saying Vidal over Garendo, 100%.
I'm saying Vidal over Garendo, but Spears without Pollard would be number 1 with a bullet. We agree on that. All right.
Started 2-5. Haven't lost since Brown and Bucky started rolling. That's amazing. Need 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, full PPR. McConkey, Ridley, Mooney, McMillan, and Jonnu. McConkey is a must, but that is a pretty good question of like Mooney versus Ridley. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's more Ridley versus Jonnu Welsh. But I'm playing Ridley against the
PPR,
against the Jaguars. And we know Ridley's getting targets every week. And I know Chig is kind of almost taken over as the top target for Mason Rudolph lately, but Ridley against that Jaguars team that's really struggled to handle wide receivers all year. I'm going Ridley with McConkey.
One thing I want to throw in though, because Mooney gets a little dismissed here. We ended up having I think it wasn't like the adjusted completion percentage of Penix was like 4th best from Pat last week. I mean, you saw incredible accuracy. You saw the big play potential. He just didn't get rolling 100%. So I don't think he deserves to be completely dismissed in this, and it's 100% Jonnu, but we know that they freaking love Jonnu, and if Waddle's out, that makes Jonnu even more of an option. Ridley has got the biggest play potential. I think you could argue here that, and I will dismiss Mooney now, if you are trying to play up, you need a bunch of points, you're playing from behind. Ridley, I think, might have like some really big play potential, touchdown equity, where Jonnu, I think, is like totally safe. 5-6 catches. It's full PPR. He's like the safest of safe options if you don't want to. I mean, because Ridley can goose egg you. A lot of these other guys can goose egg you, not McConkey. Mooney and Ridley both could. So if you're trying to play it safe, go Jonnu.
Good assessment. I like that call.
Any DST suggestions playing Seattle? Well, I think the Raiders. That has been the big thing, right?
Yes. And the Raiders are widely available too. I think in Yahoo leagues, they're rostering like 9%. Of those leagues.
All right, there you go. Pick up. Joe says, Love or Richardson? I think we both already said I'm Love over Richardson this week. Did you make the commitment to Love over Richardson?
They're really close for me. I have Richardson ranked higher, but again, Joe, I would say if you are an underdog, play Richardson. If you're a favorite, play Love. If it's close, play with what you can live with, because Richardson's boom bust profile is volatile.
Give love a chance. Start 2, McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, full PPR. I think it's still McLaurin and Garrett Wilson.
It is, and especially with Devontae Adams not fully healthy, I think I'd go with those two over JMO.
All right, K-Series. Pick 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. You guys are very demanding. Hall, Dowdle, Stevenson, Madison, Chase, Higgins, MHJ, and Keon. All right, so our running backs, we are going to go with Hall and Dowdle. Our wide receivers are Chase and Higgins. So now 2 flexes. Stevenson, Madison, Keon Coleman, Marvin Harrison.
I guess I'm going with Stevenson just for, I don't know, man. I do worry that there has been talk about, like New England's coaches are openly talking about Stevenson's fumbling issues. So that makes me a little bit nervous. Man, I think I'm still going with Ramondre though over Marvin Harrison Jr. and that.
Well, you get to pick 2. You have 2 flexes.
Oh, 2 flexes. All right. Stevenson and Harrison Jr.
Yep. Yeah. Keon Coleman, big old donut. Madison's is like interesting, but not, just because there's like equity in there. Who's not really. All right. We're going to hit into a version of lightning round. When we get to 10 minutes to go, it's going to be quick. So we're going to be a little bit shorter with some of the conjecture we have in the breakdown, because we're going to answer more questions, but I feel very confident we are going to rock with what we've got here. But we are in round 1 of lightning round. Full PPR, MHJ or McMillan. This is going to be gross. Are we both going to say McMillan? Because that's what I'm going to say.
I am going to say that. I mean, with the yeah, I agree though. McMillan, I've 1 spot higher than Harrison.
Yeah, yucky. I didn't like that his target share was kind of quiet early on in the game, and then it picked up a little bit later. But at least it's there. Kyler Murray's a disaster, and it's got to be Trey McBride this week. Logic. All right, so this is the little thing that's popped up. Josh Allen or Jared Goff? That's a big question. We had someone ask us in the Extra Point show, Goff or Anthony Richardson, and this is only coming from people assuming that Josh Allen is not going to play the full game. But do you buy that Josh Allen is not going to play this entire game? He's going up against the Jets. I think it's a great matchup. You're in an MVP race. Like, do you think you're going to get 21 points in the first half? They shut out the Jets, and then they're going to just end up sitting him, because that's the only logic I think people are trying to work with when they ask us Richardson or Goff over Josh Allen, who has been the MVP of the league.
I think the Josh Allen sitting scenario looks a lot like Lamar Jackson on Saturday, who went to the bench early in the 4th quarter after putting up a crap ton of points against the Texans. So I would not worry about it. I'm playing Josh Allen.
100%. It's going to be Josh Allen to whatever questions you ask me. Start a wide receiver and a flex. Kupp, Debo, Mooney, Hubbard, Bucky, Irving. Oh, I wanted to start Hubba and Bucky, but we can't do that. So that's got to be Kupp and Chuba, I guess, right?
Yeah, I've got Chuba ranked 1 spot ahead of Bucky. Hate sitting one of those guys.
Hate sitting. And I don't trust Debo enough. I talked about Mooney, but not over Cooper Kupp. If I'm guessing you're saying Jalen Hurts is out, start Rodgers or May. Hurts is looking really dicey, by the way. They picked up another quarterback off of, I think it was the practice squad. It lifted, and he did not practice today either. So just throwing that out there. So if he doesn't play, are you going with Rodgers against the Bills, or are you going with May?
I'm going with May. Rodgers is not 100% himself. May, you get a little bit of rushing value, and May's had a steady floor all year.
You were supposed to answer that. It's gotta be May. No, don't give me a cheap laugh. You don't have to do that. Who should I play? Knicks, Murray, or Goff?
I'm going with Goff, man. I mean, like this new dynamic for the Lions with their their defense with how much manpower they've lost. Like they got to be in more shootouts now. They don't have the running game with David Montgomery they can lean on as much. Like, I think we're going to see Goff put up big numbers this week.
Yeah, it's against the Niners. You can throw against the Niners. It's a pretty high total. It's right around 48.5. I think it moved down to it's wavering between like 48 and 49. So Knicks is in a pretty good spot as well, but I would go with Goff. That would be there. Seth with an update. Jalen Hurts, 36% chance to play according to Are They Playing right now. I'm really worried about that one, and it kills me because in the pentathlon that I'm going up against you in, we have a pretty steady-ish lead in first. but we have Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, and it's a super flex, and it's total points. So it's like we have to maintain and not let someone go ballistic on us, and that one hurts. We'll probably be starting Drew Lock if that's the case. So, look. Scott, thanks for the help. Half PPR, pick one of each. Herbert, Darnold. Seattle, Philly.
I have. Sorry, I got to look at this real quick. I believe I have Philly ranked higher. Yes, Philly 4th, Seattle 5th.
I'm fine with that. Pick 2, Nabers, Hall, Charbonnet, Addison, Ford.
I'm going Hall and Charbonnet.
You don't like Nabers this week. I mean, I guess if he's not going to play, that's a tough one too, because it's like you could drop Charbonnet now with Nabers a little bit in question. If Nabers is playing, Nabers is the number one for me. I think he's going to get a ridiculous amount of targets, but
it's more that I don't like your guy, Drew Lock, Welsh.
Yeah, I don't like Drew. Don't call him my guy. I don't like him either. He's just going to blindly throw 14 times so Nabers can.
Hey, you're eagerly starting him in a super flex.
I am not eagerly. If there was literally any other option, I would take it. There are no quarterbacks. Erickson was like, "Isn't there DTR?" Nope. It's a super flex team. Everyone's carrying 3 or 4. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. If Nabers, I would want Nabers and Hall, but you are taking a risk here. And then it's if you do play Charbonnet, would you go you go if Nabers plays, is it still Hall over Nabers?
It is for me. Yes.
Okay. There you go. Hernan, 2 questions, full PPR. Have Adams, Wilson, JSN, Sutton, Nabers, London. Good Lord. Need 1 wide receiver and a flex out of that group. So I don't want to steer you here. It looks like both Jets wide receivers, Sutton, Nabers, London. What are you doing of the 3?
All right. So if Adams, I think I'm playing one of the Jets receivers. I'm playing Adams. And if Adams were to miss this game, I would play Wilson over him. Got
to start JSN here.
Yes, JSN. And I think you also need to start Sutton.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Those would be the 3 for me. And then Connors, I mean, I'm starting Connors if he plays over Dobbins and Abdullah for sure.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, my order of preference would be Connors, Dobbins, Abdullah.
All right. We're going into official lightning round mode now. It starts. Pick 2, Nabers, Jennings, Chuba.
Nabers and Chuba.
Yes. Goff or Darnold?
Oh, man. I am going with Darnold here. I have 1 spot higher.
I will go with Goff. Chiefs or Colts?
Colts. Colts.
All right. Would you sit Jacobs for Hubbard or Bucky? My other running back is Barkley.
No, I've got them all ranked in a row. Jacobs 9th, Hubbard 10th, Bucky 11th.
Yeah, he's too good. Dreadis, hi guys. Start Nix or A-Rich over Darnold. Full PPR.
I've got Darnold ranked highest of those guys.
I also have Darnold, and I would start Nix over Richardson personally. PPR pick 2: Sharbs, Cook, Breece, Bucky, BTJ, and then apparently Bucky again. Bucky and BTJ, man. Right?
Yes.
It's a tough one. That is a tough one. But it was a sign. You put Bucky twice. Half PPR, 2 running backs: Stevenson, Spears, Abdullah, or Bigsby.
Stevenson and Spears. For me,
I'm going to go Stevenson and Bigsby.
And then one flex. It's not Downs. I'm going Thielen over JMO. It's close.
I'm going to go JMO. We're not much help for you. And then Chargers or Seahawks defense.
I believe I have the Seahawks ranked higher. Yes, I do. Seahawks.
Boom. Richard, Metcalf, Garendo, Garrett Wilson, pick 2 PPR. So sit 1.
I hate to say it. I'm sitting DK.
Oh man, you hate him.
I don't. He just, man, Gino does not throw to him anymore. Welsh, it's frustrating, and I think he's a great player. But yeah, man, I've got Metcalf lowest of those. I don't know in PPR. No, you know what? I'm starting the 2 receivers. I'm starting the 2 receivers.
Grando's too risky for me. I'm starting Metcalf. And it's not really close. Because of Monday, BTJ or Higgins. I'm going with Thomas. It's tough,
man. Yes, it is. This is very tough. I'm going with BTJ here.
Perfect. We're both with that. Half PPR Superflex, Sharbs or May?
Got to start May.
Got it. It's got to be what, Fitz?
It's got to be May.
That sounds so stupid. Garrett Wilson, Chase, Nabers, pick 2. Sit 1.
Not sitting Jamar Chase. I guess I'm sitting Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, especially if Nabers is healthy, even though it's Drew Lock. Need one. Thielen, Metcalf, Dowdle, Shakir. I'm guessing that's Kendrick Miller, Josh Downs, full PPR.
Yeah, I'm still playing Dowdle. I know he had a down game last week, but like over his last 5 games, he's averaged 112 yards and like 21 and a half touches.
Dowdle or Thielen, so I'll go with Dowdle as well. Awesome back in here. McLaurin is trending to not play. In full PPR, would you start Marvin Harrison, JMO, or Thielen over him?
Well,
if that were to happen.
If he didn't play, I would start Thielen. I know we're opposite sides of this, really close between Thielen and JMO. And if I were an underdog, I'd probably start JMO or Thielen.
And Thielen is safer because the equity of what he's going to catch is going to be more in full PPR. I just think Jameson Williams is going to destroy the Niners. He is just going to get behind get in front of and behind the secondary and corners and burn them and have a big touchdown. So that's where I'm coming from that. Q. Mixon did not do good yesterday. That's the understatement. So every point really matters. Should I start Titans or Seahawks defense?
I have the Seahawks ranked higher, 5th versus Titans are 15th.
Yeah. So there you go. Not close. You're starting that tonight. Michael, one running back, Sharp, Garendo, Pollard.
I'm going with Sharps. Yeah.
Okay. We agree. Adventures, Ozbots, good day and big thanks from Australia. PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So Brian Robinson, Bucky, Dowdle, Stevenson, Tracy. Those are our running backs. We're starting Bucky and Robinson, correct?
Bucky and Rico for me.
Oh, okay. So you're going Rico over Robinson. We've got 2 wide receivers, AJ Brown, Nabers, Myers, Allen. All right. So we're going to start Brown and Nabers as our wideouts. And now you get 1 flex. You sat Brian Robinson. Would you go Robinson or Keenan Allen here? Because I would go Dowdle in my flex.
I'd go neither. I'd go Jacoby Myers in PPR.
Sneaky.
I mean, Jacoby Myers has had at least 9 targets in 8 of his last 11 games, Welsh, and he's clicked pretty well. I know last week he didn't, but for the most part, he and AOC have clicked.
And I want to start Keenan Allen when you say that, though. That's a tough one. Nathan, half PPR, Keenan Allen, Shakir, Sharbs, and McMillan. Pick one for flex. Got to be Sharbs.
Yeah.
And half PPR, too. All right. Oh, no. Did I just get rid of one? Oh, wait, no. It's still on the board somehow. Oh, no. I swear to God, I just got rid of somebody's. I hope I didn't. Seth, let me know.
No, that was the one we just talked about.
Oh, okay. No, I thought I clicked another one. I hope I didn't get rid of somebody. So if I did, tell us or something. DJ Moore, Higgins, Thielen, pick 2, Moore and Higgins.
Yep.
Okay. Easy stuff. Sorry, it was a quick clicker here. McMillan, DK, Marv, Spears, pick 2.
I'm going with Spears and DK.
I'm going with DK and McMillan. So we're just off on Spears here. Fitzy ranks much higher than me in the rank. So you should always, when in doubt, trust Fitz, not Welsh. Unless I'm adamantly, if I'm pounding the table about something, then I have a pretty good track record when I'm being really obnoxious about a player, not just normally obnoxious. Lost Hurts and made it to the ship. Nice. Options are Richardson, guessing Bryce Young, Rodgers, May. So
Richardson if he plays, otherwise pivot to May.
Yep. No Bryce Young love?
Not over May. May's had this great floor, man. Like May doesn't have bad games. He doesn't lay eggs.
Just have good players around him. Let's see. Need 1 running back and 1 flex. Pollard, Chuba, Addison, Jennings, McMillan. That's Chuba. Oh man. Pollard, I want to say Pollard is the flex, but it might be Addison.
Yeah, I'm going Chuba and Addison. And why are the Chuba questions? Like, didn't Chuba just carry people into the championship game? Like, play Chuba, man.
With it. Yeah, exactly. Seth, I thank you, Seth. Seth confirmed. I may have gotten really to click happy. I was like, like that right there. And maybe that's what was my problem. I just want to make sure we don't miss anybody's questions. Carlos, Jerome Ford or DeAndre Swift?
I have Ford ranked slightly higher.
Yeah, and Erickson's all over unders for Swift. Flex 1, Ford, Nabers, Allen, Debo. Nabers if he plays. If not, I would pivot to Ford.
Agreed.
Okay, easy stuff. Colby, ship in 2 leagues. Nice. Jalen Hurts, hurt. So Bryce, May, Stafford. We've already said May. And then Nix, Darnold, or Richardson. That seems like another decision, and that would be Darnold.
Well, so I think I do have Stafford ranked ahead of May. Wouldn't you rather play Stafford?
Oh, I didn't even see Stafford. Yeah.
Yeah. Against the Cardinals, yeah, I'd rather play Stafford than May.
Joshua, championship week, need 2 flex and 1 wide receiver, Odunze, Coker, QJ, and Watson.
Oh man.
So sit one. That'd be a better way to ask that question.
Yeah, and Watson is also iffy, so that decision might be made for you. Otherwise, I
think it might be made for them, to be honest. But if it wasn't, I would probably sit maybe Coker.
Yeah, I'd sit Coker.
All right, starting is Murray, Gibbs, Jacobs, Wilson, Baker, and Aubrey offensive player slot, full PPR. Okay, yeah, so we got you there. Juice, Olave. Is Olave scheduled? I know there was some like practice stuff, but
91% to play. I've not seen Adam Thielen 35% to play.
I haven't seen that. I mean, I think I'm going Thielen here no matter what. I don't trust like Olave coming back. Plus, I mean,
it's Spencer Rattler, man.
Yeah, all respect too. Like one hit and Olave multiple times just keeps getting knocked out of games. I don't feel great about that. I would go with Thielen's floor is so much better.
Yeah, I would play Thielen over Olave if Olave plays.
Yeah. Full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, Kyron, Charbonnet, Bucky, Puka, Amon-Ra, BTJ, AJ Brown. So you don't need to ask us questions about Puka and Amon-Ra. Those are guarantees. Kyron and Bucky also locks here. And then your flex, I'm going to go BTJ over AJ Brown since there's a little bit of trajectory of Jalen Hurts maybe not playing.
Yep, I'm with you.
Good note on Seth here. Olave did practice in full yesterday. Yeah, was it yesterday they practiced on Christmas Day?
Some teams did, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, that is a good sign, but it doesn't really change how I feel about that. I'm not sure I feel comfortable getting him out there with Rattler as a quarterback, and especially if you have good options. But I don't know. Like, I haven't even slotted Olave in yet.
Yeah. And Seth said Thielen did get in a limited practice today.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Flex options, pick one. Swift, Ford, McMillan, Jonnu.
Ford.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Just found you guys recently and love the show. Thanks. In the championship start, Raiders defense. Oh, with a question of the day, Raiders defense or Chargers defense? That's your du jour.
Raiders against the Saints, baby. Take advantage of Spencer Rattler.
You love that, but Olave may be in there. Murray or Anthony Richardson?
I mean, Richardson if he plays, but, otherwise Kyler.
Yeah, exactly. Are they playing is just like the hero of the show today. It's crazy.
Yes.
There's tons of stuff in here. Need 2 running back and a flex. Bucky, Taylor, Jones, McLaurin. Wide receivers are AJ Brown and Mike Evans. So McLaurin is a flex option, full PPR. So Jonathan Taylor and Bucky are just locks for me. So are you going Aaron Jones or McLaurin?
I think I'm going Aaron Jones in the revenge game, and just for the certainty of touches. He's got a 12 touch floor bare minimum.
I'm down with that. Hurts didn't practice. Should I start Geno today? Yeah, if that's your only other option, I don't feel good about the Hurts thing. He might play. I would go with Geno if that is your only option. Agreed?
When a player gets a concussion on one Sunday, he is less than 50-50 to play the next Sunday.
Exactly.
So,
ETN
yes.
or DK? I'm going to go DK.
DK.
All right. I think we had a version of this. Vidal, if Pollard is out, it's a pretty good case. I think that makes sense.
Yes.
Olamide over Kraft in flex.
No, I would play Kraft over Olamide as a case.
Yeah, exactly. Kyler or Herbert?
Oh man, I have Kyler ranked higher. I don't know. I don't feel great about it. What about you, Welsh?
I don't feel great about Kyler in any point. I don't feel really great about any of this in general. I'd probably lean Herbert, even though Kyler's ranked a little bit higher. Kyler's rushing upside is pretty nice, but I don't know.
I might flip that one. I'm terrified of the Cardinals starting tackles being on IR.
Seahawks or Raiders?
Raiders.
All right. We got every single super chat. Let's get a couple others for everybody in here. By the way, Ronnie, thank you to the Fantasy Pros team. Thank you guys to all for your support this year. We've been working hard. Let's get a few of these others that dropped in here. Should I start Jauan, Jennings, or Jacoby Myers?
I like Jacoby.
I like Jennings this week. Obviously, I'm a sucker. Merry Christmas. Quarterback for my championship, Bo Nix or Josh Allen? That's the question I was talking about. Josh Allen. Still Josh Allen. Sit one, London, JSN, or Sharbs?
I would sit the not 100% healthy Drake London.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I love JSN this week, so I'm down with that. Debo or Myers? Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't let you go, Debo. We don't. Friends don't let friends start, Debo. Anthony Richardson or Drake May? Anthony Richardson. We've kind of talked about that one. Let's see.
Plays, yeah.
Hey, bros, Cooper Kupp, Thielen, or McMillan?
I'm still going Kupp. I know he's laid eggs the last 2 weeks, but I would still play him.
All right, I'm going to get into the live chat, and I'm going to just start picking some. Or do we have a super chat that I didn't hit? It shows one up there. But all right, I'm going to just start randomly hitting some. So let's see what we got here. Let's play the game here. Boom. Wilson or Shakir or London. Pick two. So Garrett Wilson, Shakir, London. I'm
sitting Shakir with the way they've been doing that stupid 4-receiver rotation in Buffalo.
That sure is annoying, by the way. If no Njoku, looks like he did practice, though. Chig or Hunter Henry?
Chig over Henry.
Yep. But if Njoku plays, Njoku number one. Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. JMO or Debo in flex? JMO. Okay, exactly. Half PPR, Brian Robinson, Dowdle, or Rashad White?
I would go with Rico Dowdle here, but I only have him ranked one spot ahead of White.
I go Robinson, but I think they're super, super close over both of those guys, over White, though. Start two, BTJ, DJ Moore, Addison, Charbonnet in PPR.
Going with BTJ and Charbonnet.
Charbonnet and BTJ. Yeah, 100. BTJ is like an absolute no-brainer must. Spears or Stevenson?
I've got Ramondre ranked like one spot higher.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of
But if Pollard's out, start Spears, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Spears is like going to be like a no-brain starter if Pollard is out. So that one's pretty unanimous for all of us. Sneak in one more from Awesome Dev. Full PPR flex, Nabers, McLaurin, James Conner, B-Rob. Full PPR.
My pecking order, I think, in full PPR would be McLaurin, Conner if he plays, Nabers if he plays, B-Rob. Two wideouts are mine. Then I really don't like. I just don't trust Conner because he's also banged up, even if he does play. So Conner's at the bottom of the list, regardless of what happens. It's the two wideouts, and then if Nabers were to not play or McLaurin, it would go to B-Rob. So there's that one. Roderick, full PPR. Amon-Ra, Shakir with Buffalo not playing for anything. Who do I sub for Shakir? I have Pittman, Zacchaeus, or who off of waivers? Top wide receivers, the booty man. I mean. Am I missing
essentially
something?
Would you just would you start Shakir or would you rather put Pittman in or pick up a booty? That's kind of what the question really is.
No, I would play Shakir. Doesn't Buffalo need to win this game to get secure?
Well, it was just what you said before. It's the stupid rotational stuff. So
yeah, but still, I'd still play Shakir over those guys.
I'm gonna do two more. I'm gonna rock here. Or actually I wanted this one, but Robinson or McMillan. We'll go with Robinson. Garindo or Conner?
Conner if he plays. If not, obviously Garrett.
Okay, there you go. That's it. Tons of questions. You guys rocked it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Championship week. Fitzy and myself. I don't remember, Fitzy. Are you with me this weekend? Or I guess we'll find out.
Sure.
Fitzy's been rolling with me on the Sunday morning live stream. So if you want us back, we will be doing hour 2 on Sunday morning for the final morning start and sit live stream. We'll have hour 1 with probably Joey P and I don't know, Erickson or Debro or whoever it is. It's one of that crew. And then Fitzy and I will be back. So make sure you've got it bookmarked for Sunday morning. 3 hours before kickoff, we are live for 2. We've got a bunch of other great offerings going on. We just finished the extra point on the podcast only feed. Go over to Betting Pros. We've got some betting shows in lock. We got a ton of stuff. We are here for you for championship week. And make sure you check out all the great tools like Are They Playing? Yes, we talked about that the entire show. FantasyPros.com/Are They Playing? The free tool. You're going to need it more than ever. Also, you can get that free trial over on Betting Pros. You want to check out the prop show with Erickson, myself, and Pizapia. Well, you can unlock all of the premium access using FP free promo code. Go and do that today, iOS or Android. Download the app completely free. You can check out all the cool stuff. You can follow our bets. And then if you want access to some of the great tools, that's where you use that promo code FP free, get a month free trial. That is it. Fitzy, good luck this week with all the championships. Hope the worst of luck in pentathlon so we can take it down. But everywhere else, I hope you kill it this week.
Thanks, buddy. And I'll wish you well, hoping for a Drew Lock smash game.
Yeah, you're hoping Jalen Hurts doesn't play and Drew Lock does have to play. Good luck to all of you guys in your championship. We always want to hear it. Drop the scenarios that you've got and make sure you're tuned in to talk about all the woes and all of the celebrations with us here at Fantasy Pros. Follow Fitzy on Twitter at Fitz_FF. You can find me at Is It The Welsh. And thank you guys for having us filling in for this week on the Start and Sit stream. For Fitzy, I'm Welsh. We'll talk to you next time. Thank you to Seth. We're out of here. Peace out. Have a great one.